Hello everyone, welcome back to a solo play of Legend Academy. We're doing the Gulliver's Travel second semester. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I'm going to read off the scenario brief description. So, dear students, the second semester exam begins now. The Lilliputians have seen your power and now view you as not as terrifying giants, but as their secret weapons. You see, the Lilliputians have been in an endless war with their rival islands to the east. The king of the Lilliput has what he thinks a brilliant idea to use you to his advantage. He calls out to you, and you lay your hand on the ground. He climbs onto it like a platform, and you raise your hand up to eye level. The king proclaims, "Great and glorious giants, we need not fight any longer. We are your friends, and we need your help. Our enemies to the east have been fighting us for too long, and the navy has gotten too strong for us to hold off. We need you to go into the water, grab their ships, and bring them back here for us to use. The Easterners are ruthless, so you must be careful." You look off to the eastern coast of the Lilliput Islands, and you see a grouping of shadowed islands with small 4-foot tall ships sailing around the waters. You walk into the ocean, and to you, the water barely waist high at its deepest. You're walking across the shallow sea to grab the ships. Okay, so we got our objective for this semester is to drop off 4 ships to the island space, which will be this yellow space here. When we defeat a ship, we take it off the board and we place it onto our player board so we can indicate that we're holding it. We can hold up to only 2 ships at a time, and if we defeat any more than that, we put them into a defeated pile. If you interact with that yellow space, you drop off the ships that you're holding, all of them, onto the Lilliput Island, and you'll gain 8 VP for every ship you drop off. And then you'll place them into the defeated pile. So without further ado, we'll continue, and let's go ahead and take our first turn. So this is the second semester, so we'll not be doing a 6 a.m. class. Instead, we'll be spawning on the board. So we're going to spawn ourselves right here. We're going to draw 6 cards. I'm going to go ahead and play this card for the first one. Then I'm going to use Sherlock's card, and I'm going to just draw a card instead of looking. Place that card down. Actually, I'll save that card for my hand until I decide what to do. So first, we're going to go ahead and play another rest card. So that'll let us draw up to our wisdom. So we're just going to draw 1. Then we're going to go ahead and move 1 space to or equal to our endurance. We're going to move. So we have 1 card plus our endurance. We're going to move 2. So we're going to go ahead and move 1, 2 to the space and stop right there. So it's going to be a quick round. So it's going to be the end of our turn. So anything within 6 spaces is going to attack us. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be this castle, the ship. So everything else is too far. So we're going to go ahead and activate ships and the castle. So ships are going to move 3 spaces and attack it with the range of 1. So they're going to move all surrounding me. And they're going to attack me all for a range of 1. So we had 37 points from the first semester. So they do 4 damage each. So we're going to lose 12 victory points. So we're going to go from 37 to 25. So we're going to lose 12 victory points. They do 4 damage each. Then we're going to attack with the castle, and the cat attacks with the range of 1. So we're too far. So that's the end of our turn. Before we discard any of our cards, we're going to attend class like normal. So we're going to go ahead and do an endurance class. Actually, we're going to go ahead and skip class. And we're gonna take this card. This upgrade. So for our first class, we're gonna skip and take this 8. So we're gonna go ahead and add this to one of our cards. So we can add it to our hand. We're gonna add it to our interact card. So it has 2 upgrades on this card. Okay, so that's in our hand. Okay, so we're gonna add the last stamina card that we have on our deck, or just our backpack to our hand. So we're gonna have that one as well now. We're gonna gain 3 VPs from the empty stamina space. So 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna have 28. And then we'll discard all these cards to the discard pile. So we can activate enemies, spawn in the enemies. We're gonna go ahead and move this to 10 a.m. And now we're gonna continue our turn. So we're gonna go and play the stamina card. Flip Sherlock back over. We're gonna go ahead and do an attack 8 immediately to one of the ships, since it's 6 health. Then we're gonna go ahead and activate Sherlock. And draw a card. Okay, so this is our hand right now. We're gonna go ahead and do an interact card. So we're gonna use our first action for interactive 1. So right next to us is the professor. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we interact with. So we have 2 interact actions. The distance doesn't matter. So we're gonna use the first one to interact with the professor. So we're gonna do all 3 actions again. Gain 5 coins. So we're gonna have 5 plus our previous coins from the last game, which was 1. So now I'm gonna have 6 coins. I'm gonna go ahead and choose to buy an equipment card. Let's see. Actually, I had 6. So I'm gonna take my 10 for my action for my interact as well. But instead of taking my 10, I will buy Fear of the Wolf for 5. And since I have an additional 5, I'll buy Grandmother's House We Go for, and then we're gonna have 1 additional coin left over. So we get 1 additional coin from our 10. So we buy our 2 equipments. We draw 2 cards for the new market. I think the market and the coins can be handled better. Maybe someone will come up with something to improve that. Okay, so our second interact action will to drop off the ship that we currently have to a discarded pile. So that's going to be 8 VP plus 3 VP from interacting with the professor. So we're going to get our first 3 VP. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to get 8 from dropping off that. So we're going to have 39. Then we're going to go ahead and attack. Actually, wrong attack card. Whoops. Then we're going to go ahead and use this attack card. Claw. Lets us do 4 damage to 2 adjacent spaces. And then I have 2 additional attack cards, or the 2 additional attack actions that are separate that let me do 2 and 4 again, while 1 only does 4. Since they have 6 health, they're going to have 2 health left over from the first additional attack. So I'll use both actions with the leftover 2 attack that I don't need to destroy these ships. And then we defeated 3 enemies, so we're going to go ahead and complete our quest for 10 VP. So we're going to have 49 now. So we completed our first quest. So draw another quest. Use 2 equipment actions. So we're gonna do that soon, actually. So we're gonna have 3 actions, but we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna currently stay where we're at. So we're not gonna move. So we're gonna have the enemies attack us. So ships. Actually, nothing in range of us attacking. So we'll draw ships though, just because. And then castles with the range of 2 and attack them twice, but they cannot attack us either. Or at least one cannot attack us. We're still too far. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my class now. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a strength class. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a strength with the professor as well. So strength and a professor. So I'm gonna get 1 cube for strength for my skill. So I'm gonna go ahead and choose my card for my next skill. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this card, Snarl. Add that immediately to my hand. So that's my next one. And then I'm gonna be able to interact with the professor. So I'm gonna get my 5 coins. So now I got a good amount of coins. So I'm gonna have, good amount. So I'm gonna buy I'm gonna buy another equipment and discard this equipment card that I started with, Red's Riding Hood. So I'm gonna go ahead and get I'm gonna spend 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna buy Renowned. This lets me have a wisdom level of 4. So I'll spend 10 coins. So it's not too bad. I got coins, but with the new rulings, with the Symbol Mood rules, if you followed my first video, you can download that at Board Geek Game Forum. So please do so. So that's actually useful. So I went to class, and then I get 3 VP for interacting with the professor. 1, 2, 3. So I'm at 52 total VP overall. So we're gonna go ahead and discard our cards from our row. We're gonna move this over to the 12 p.m. now. And we're gonna go ahead and flip our tokens, and we're gonna start our new round. So we're gonna have to draw up to 6, so 1 card. We're gonna play a stamina card immediately. We didn't spawn enemies, but we'll spawn them now. That was at the end of the round. So it didn't matter because nothing could attack until the end of the round, then we spawn enemies. Okay, so if I make any ruling mistakes, please comment below. Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and do an interact action first to drop off these ships. So we needed to drop off 4 ships in total. So that was 2 additional ones on top of the one that we have. So that's 3 now. So that's 8, 16 VP total. So we're gonna go from 52 to 68, just to make double sure. So 68 total. We need 1 more ship to drop off. So we're gonna activate Fear of the Wolf, which is our first equipment token that we're gonna activate, which lets me move an enemy 4 spaces. So we're gonna move this ship closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, right next to us. Then we're gonna go ahead and do an attack action. So we're gonna do our attack action. It's gonna give us a 1, 2, 3 total attack with our strength level from our card and 2 cubes. So that's gonna be 3 attack to that one ship. Then our second action will be the 2 attack that's attached to the card, so that's 5. Then we're gonna play our last action. And it will be another attack for 1 single action. One attack. Actually, no, we'll not do that. We'll play Paul's 8, even though we could have did that in the beginning. So we'll destroy that ship. And then we'll use our interact to interact with the space again to drop off this ship with our last interact that we have not used from our first action card. So that'll be another 8 VP. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 76 VP total so far. Then we're gonna activate to grandmother's house we go equipment. So let's move 1. So we're gonna move 1 space into the yellow. So we're gonna use 2 equipment actions, 7 VPs for this quest. And draw another quest. So now we have to play 4 skill cards. So we're gonna get 7 VP. Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 83 total so far. And now that's the end of our turn completely. So we're gonna put our hand down. We've played more than 2 action strength cards, so we're gonna give 5 VP for completing this quest as well. Place 2 strength cards for 5 VP. Draw another one. So we're gonna go from 83 to 88. Then we gotta spend 5 coins for charisma. It's the next quest. So now that's the end of the round. So we're gonna activate enemies. The only thing that's near us is castle. It has a range of 3, but we were too far. So then we're gonna spawn enemies. So we're gonna go ahead and place 2 castles here. Since we completed the objective, we're gonna now get 10 additional VPs. So we're gonna go from 88 to 98. And then we're getting an additional 3 VP from our empty stamina space. So 99, 100, 101. So we're gonna place in a token right here at start to indicate that we have 100 points so far. So we have 101 points so far. Now that everything is done, we spawn the enemies, we throw all our cards into the discard, flip our tokens over for the next turn, and our equipment. We're gonna go ahead and take another class. And we're gonna take an endurance class this time. So we're gonna go ahead and do an endurance of 3 upgrades. But since we're just gonna use all 3 of these endurance upgrades on these 2 cards that we have in our hands, because we just discarded our. But we don't need those cards. We're not gonna put upgrades on those cards, because then we can't use these upgrades. So 2 and 1 and 1. So whenever you upgrade a card, make sure you always put on the left side first. You always have to do an upgrade of 1 first before you can do a second upgrade. So now we're gonna move it to 2 p.m. So this is gonna be the last round. So far we completed the objective. We've done everything we need to do. So now we just gotta coast it, take this last round, and we should be good. So draw up to 6 cards. So we have 5. So we're gonna take our discard and shuffle. So we got 5. We're gonna draw 1 card. So 6 cards. Okay, so we're gonna play our stamina. And then we're gonna go ahead and play our mount. And it lets us move. So you may move through enemies and obstacles, but we're just gonna move all the way back to space 1. We're trying to coast it. We don't want to take any damage. I don't know if that's cheating. Nothing can attack us within 6 range. And we're gonna end the game there. So we're gonna get 6 additional stamina on top of the stamina we currently have, for a total of 7. I mean 6, so we're going to go to 107. So we have 107 total points. I think we're going to take our 2 p.m. class. Actually, I don't think you take a 2 p.m. class. You end the game there. Anything that can attack you will attack you, and you should be done. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you.
Have a good day.